How we doing, everybody? Amazing news, incredible news. Everybody's favorite samurai is back.
I'm a fucking samurai.
Yes, of course. Come on, I'm only messing around. I'm talking about Luke Rockhold. Luke Rockhold's coming back to the middleweight division, and he will be fighting none other than Paulo Costa. Boichinha, the man who epically missed weight against Marvin Vettori. Last time out, these two are going to fight at 185 pounds on July 30th. And honestly, I'm really looking forward to it. Luke Rockhold willing to give Paulo Costa £5 allowance. If he can't make 190, fuck off. His words, not mine. Yeah, look, listen, as we know, Paulo Costa came in, what was it, 205, I believe it was, when he fought Marvin Vettori. Complete disregarded for the weight class, for the UFC. Didn't miss weight. It seems like he didn't even try to make weight. You know what I mean? Because coming in 20 pounds heavy, I mean, that's mind-blowing. But anyway, so Luke Rockhold, Paulo Costa going to fight. Rockhold saying he's willing to give him £5. But he does want to fight at 185. Let's read the story before I give you my thoughts on the situation. Rockhold is willing to accept a fight with Paulo Costa if he misses weight, but only to a certain limit. After a 3-year layoff, Rockhold 16-5 in MMA, 6-4 in the UFC. Wow. Thought it would have been better than that. Will return to his original division of middleweight when he faces Paulo Costa. Costa's coming off a unanimous decision, as I said, to Marvin Vettori last October. That was contested at 185. He says, I like Paulo. I like this fight. I want to fight him at 185, but I'll give him £5 allowance. If he can't make 190, fuck off. And let's move on. I don't blame him. There better be a backup fighter or something ready to go, because that's kind of what I told the UFC. I'm not here to play games. I want to go out there and I want to prove that I'm ready to do this thing at fucking middleweight, not at catchweight, not at light heavyweight. Well, of course, if he fought at 190 or a catchweight, it wouldn't do anything for him in the middleweight division, because we know what he wants. He wants this. He wants to fight for the belt. Of course he does. I want to show that I can fight at 185 and be a challenger for the belt. That's the only reason I'm coming back, is because I want to fight Israel, because I want to fight for the championship. I want to make a run at this thing, and I know I can. I've pushed my body. I've tested my body. I've got it. I've still fucking got it. And it's just having the presentness and the hunger and not getting distracted and having that weight of everything else that I've carried over my career. So there it is, July 30th, Paulo Costa, Luke Rockhold. Now, I know I've made fun of Luke Rockhold at times over the years. Of course we did. We were rivals. I wanted what he had. He had the belt and I wanted it, okay? And he is a samurai of the highest order. But listen, all jokes aside, the man's incredible. He was the Strikeforce champion, looked absolutely sensational over there, came over to the UFC, and other than losing to Vitor Belfort, who, as we know, was roided out of his mind, he did spectacular things, ran through most of the division, beat Chris Weidman, became champion, defended the belt in an absolute display of utter domination against Lyoto the Dragon Machida. By all accounts, Machida's retiring soon. So if you do retire, all the best to Lyoto Machida. So yeah, anyway, back to the point. Luke Rockhold, the man's got a lot to give. Now he's getting on. I think he's 36 or 7 or 8, something like that. Let's have a look. There he is, 37 years old. So he's still in his prime. However, since I beat him, that was 2006. Sorry, 2016.
Are you intoxicated?
So that was 6 years ago. And he hasn't fought much since then. Yes, he fought David Branch. He beat him, I believe. He lost to Yoel Romero, and he got knocked out as well against Jan Blachowicz. Now, Jan Blachowicz went on to become the light heavyweight champion, so not really any shame there. No shame whatsoever. Yoel Romero was an absolute beast, and Yoel Romero missed weight. Statistically, a lot of the time that people miss weight, they go on to win the fight. I'm not making excuses for him, but he's got a lot to give. I see him down at the Ruka gym. Athletically, he's still fast as lightning. He can still throw those high kicks. He's still jumping through the air. Still very athletic. The problem for Luke was kind of his defense, and sometimes he would be his own worst enemy, because he's got incredible tools. I mean, he's a freak athlete. He used to be a professional surfer, professional skateboarder. Now he's a former world champion in mixed martial arts. So to say that the man is athletic is a complete understatement. The man is freakishly athletic, and he's still got it. And he's got a nasty streak as well. The man can fight, as well as having top-notch modelling pedigrees. What can't this man do? But he had a fall from grace. I knocked him out and then he struggled. You know, struggled a little bit. He's taken some time off. But it sounds like here from what he's saying that he still very, very much wants to be in the mix. As does Paulo Costa. So coming in for Luke, this is a risky one. 37 years old. If he wants to make a comeback, this is it. And this might be his final one. 37 years old, the door of opportunity, the window of opportunity, should I say, is certainly closing. But if he can come back, beat Paulo Costa, that's one of the top ranked guys in the division, well, that creates some interesting opportunities. That puts Luke Rockhold right back in the mix. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure what Paulo Costa's ranked, but it's high, 4 or 5, something like that. You've got Adesanya, you've got Whittaker, Marvin Vettori, and then probably Paulo Costa, something like that, I would have thought. So he's one of the top guys. And Adesanya needs fresh blood. Adesanya's got fresh blood in Jared Cannonier later this year in the summer. That's going to be a sensational fight. Assuming for a moment that Adesanya wins that, that's not a given. But if we assume that he beats Jared Cannonier, he needs fresh blood. And if Luke Rockhold coming in as a former champion, as a household name, very well known to the mixed martial arts public, and again, being so dreamy just to look at, you would think that this guy could fast track to a title fight. And him versus Israel Adesanya. I mean, listen, you've got to favour Adesanya. The man's a dominant champion. The man other than Anderson Silva is the greatest middleweight we've seen. I saw a debate on Twitter the other day. Someone was saying it was me. That's not true. Anderson Silva's the greatest. The next best is Israel Adesanya. And Adesanya might go on and become the greatest middleweight of all time. Just needs a few more fights, a few more wins. Just needs a little bit more time in the cage. But Rockhold, excuse me, Rockhold can give him a good fight. I mean, athletically, I think Rockhold can match him. He's very tall, not as tall as Izzy, but not far off. So reach-wise, things like that, they're going to be similar. Grappling-wise, I give Rockhold an advantage in the grappling all day long. Now, momentum, that certainly goes on the side of Israel Adesanya. The man's the dominant champion and he's defended the belt I don't know how many times right now, but it's definitely about 4, something like that, maybe 5. Costa, Joel,
you tried to ignore me.
Whittaker, I don't know. It's about 4 or 5 without going through them all. So Rockhold, you know, is going up against it. He would be the underdog, but I'm telling you, I think he could give him a good fight, and I think it would be an interesting fight. Problem is now with Luke, it's the chin. It's the chin. But you know what? As a wise man once said, how did it go? Oh yeah, if you conceive it, you believe it, then you can bloody well achieve it.
Shut the fuck up.
And I am always making jokes at Luke's expense, so I apologise. It's not though. He makes jokes at my expense. You might have seen it recently. I was at the Apex a couple of weeks ago and he was sneaking up on this side and he was putting his hand over my eye to see if he could get a reaction, and I had no idea. He might have been there for a couple of minutes. He was taking pictures. He was making fun of me. I cried myself to sleep that night. But still, Luke, buddy, I wish you nothing but all the best. Of course, may the best man win. Paulo Costa, Luke Rockhold, sensational matchup in the middleweight division. I enjoy seeing Luke back. I will be rooting for him, of course. Anytime you share the octagon with somebody, you always want them to do well, right? If you win, and then, if you beat somebody and then they go on to win all the time, that makes you look good. That makes your win look even better. And then, of course, if you get beat, you always want them to win because you can always say, oh, this guy beats everybody. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, there you go. Hope you're all well. Have a great day. That's it. Subscribe, ring the bell. All the best. Much love. Adios. I got to stop saying goodbye in so many different languages. Goodbye.